ninth. Did not allow a run in 8 innings as the Mariners defeated the Twins 2-0. First pitch in for a called strike, 0-1 on Denard Span. Span 0 for 3, struck out twice in last night's game. A 2-1 10-inning victory for the Twins. Fastball missing away, 1-1. Span, Mauer, and Morneau for Minnesota here in the top of the first inning. 3 left-handed hitters. 2-1 now on Denard Span, the Tampa native. First round pick by the Twins back in 2002. The 2-1 from Washburn. 2-2.
Good fastball there, running in side at the knees, Span right over the top of it.
The 2-2 from Washburn, and Span is down on strikes. Let's check out the Mariners in the field. In the outfield, Chavez, Gutierrez, and Ichiro from left to right. Brandon at first base, Lopez at second, Cedeno at short, Beltre at third, Guillermo Quiros behind the plate. The battery of Washburn and Quiros. One away, here is Joe Mauer. Did not play during the month of April.
Had a terrific season, Mark, in May.
Yeah, he has had as good a season in 1 month as anybody in the game this year. All that in 1 month, 12 homers, 35 RBIs.
Sends this one into left field. So the American League Player of the Month for the month of May flies out to the left fielder Chavez. Quickly 2 away.
He didn't know what to do with himself taking the left turn back to the dugout.
So Mauer's average will drop a couple of points from 430.
Poor guy.
And with 2 away, here is Justin Morneau.
You just don't see it very often in this day and age of matchups and platoon players. You get 3 left-handed hitters out of the gate against Jared Washburn.
Washburn missing high and tight. Left-handed hitters batting just 157 against Washburn this season. Look at what Morneau has done so far here in 2009.
Just a good fastball there from Washburn. We said he is no fear. He will challenge Morneau, Mauer, the studs in the lineup.
Morneau 4 of 18 lifetime against Washburn. On the ground to the second baseman Lopez. A 1-2-3 11 pitch first inning for the 34-year-old left-hander Jared Washburn. 2:59. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the box. Ichiro leads off, followed by Russell Branyan. Adrian Beltre hits third. Ken Griffey Jr., the DH in the cleanup spot, followed by Jose Lopez. Then shortstop Ronnie Cedeno, left fielder Endy Chavez, the catcher Guillermo Quiros, and the center fielder Franklin Gutierrez bats ninth. So Ichiro steps in. His 27-game hitting streak came to an end last night. Longest streak of his career. He went 0 for 4 with a walk. Had a chance in the 10th inning, but struck out to end the game. The 0-1, Nick Blackburn missing inside. 1-1. Blackburn 5-2 in 11 starts this season. Finished with a record of 11-11 as a rookie for the Twins last year. 1 ball, 2 strike count. The sprint pitcher profile mark for the 27-year-old right-hander.
Yeah, the big right-hander's got a heavy sinker. He's a bully. In other words, what he likes to do, especially with right-handed hitters, is bully that sinker in right on the belly button of the Mariner right-handers, and he pitches to contact. He's not going to strike out very many, and he's not going to walk very many as well. He's a guy that's just, he wants the ball put in play. He doesn't want to throw too many pitches. He feels like, you know what, if I'm striking people out, I'm throwing too many pitches.
A 1-2 from Blackburn, missing high and away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Russell Branyan waiting on deck. Although Ichiro's hitting streak came to an end last night, he has reached base in 35 consecutive games.
Well, one of his annual 27 or more game hitting streak came to an end. God, he is something special.
Brandon Harris, 1 away. The Twins have committed the fewest errors in the American League this season. Young, Span, Kadire from left to right of the outfield. Morneau at first, Casilla at second, Harris at short, Creedy at third. And Seattle area native Mike Redmond behind the plate this afternoon with Joe Mauer DHing.
Maybe that's why he made it out in his first at bat. He's not used to sitting over there not having the gear on. And it's very typical, as you said, Kenny, the Minnesota Twins, the defense, least errors in the American League. That is just Ron Gardenhire and his fundamentally sound Twins. They never beat themselves.
Russell Branyan left field. Long run for Delmon Young, and he cannot get to it. Bounces into the stands for a ground rule double, so the strong season continues. Russell Branyan came into the game with a .320 batting average. It's his team-leading 14th double of the season.
He's such a pull hitter. Delmon Young playing way over into left center field. He had too far to go. He pulled up, and into the stands it goes. So Russell Branyan just continuing to shine in the number 2 hole here in Seattle.
So the Mariners with a runner in scoring position, 1 out for Adrian Beltre. Beltre batting just .245, and the curve is in for a called strike, 0-1. Branyan takes his lead off second. Fastball, 0-2.
Been swinging the bat much better of late, Adrian Beltre. You can see the last 3 games especially. Goodness. But he's in an 0-2 hole quickly.
The 0-2 from Blackburn. In the air, deep right field. Kadire back on the warning track. He's under it. He makes the catch for out number 2. It has been a season-long love fest every time Ken Griffey Jr. steps to the plate in his return to the city of Seattle.
And they're all Kodak moments. The surefire first ballot Hall of Famer, back where it all started.
Ken did not start last night's game. Came on as a pinch hitter, the 1997 American League MVP, 13-time All-Star. In fact, as we approach the All-Star game on Fox in St. Louis next month, Ken Griffey Jr. over 47 million career All-Star votes, more than anybody else in the history of All-Star balloting in baseball. 47 million votes.
Think he's a fan favorite?
2-1 on Griffey with Brandon on at second. 2 outs, bottom of the first inning here in Seattle. He has hit more home runs against Minnesota than any other major league club. He has 617 in all. 5th in major league history.
Well, right now he's got a 3-1 count. Nick Blackburn likes to pitch away to left-handed hitters. That's right up Ken Griffey's alley. He likes to get those big arms extended and try to drive it to the big part of the park. Big gap in right center for him.
The 3-1 from Blackburn, missing away, and Ken Griffey Jr. draws a 2-out walk.
I would imagine Blackburn thinking, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put Ken Griffey Jr. on and take my chances with Jose Lopez, who's had a tough year at 227. Still driving in some runs, though, a respectable 29 RBIs.
Leads the club in that department, as he did last year when he drove in 89. So 2 on, 2 out. Brandon at second, Griffey over at first. Blackburn missing away to Lopez, ball 1. This is Blackburn's 3rd start against the Mariners this season. Faced Eric Bedard in Minnesota in each of the previous 2. Did not earn a decision in either ball game. Record of 5-2. Blackburn has won his last 3 starts. He's allowed only 3 earned runs in 20 innings during that stretch.
He's been very dependable the last couple of years. Goes out there every 5th day. Gives his team at least 6 innings of good baseball.
1-1 to Lopez. Creedy gets the force at second. The Mariners strand 2 in the first. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. By Sprint, get more done with Nextel Direct Connect, only on the Now Network. And by Craftsman, trust in your hands. Kenny Albert, Mark Grace back in Seattle. As we move to the second inning, Jared Washburn needed only 11 pitches to retire the Twins in order in the first. Joe Crede leads off here in the second and takes ball one. Crede, after 13 years in the White Sox organization, his first season in Minnesota, batting cleanup for only the second time this year. Crede, Kadire, and Harris for the Twins here in the second. 1-0 from Washburn, and Crede with the Twins' first hit of the game, a base hit into left field.
Oh, what a thing of beauty that was by Joe Crede. Watch the head just stay right down on the baseball and swing through it, not just to it, swing through it. That ball was ripped into left field.
You may have noticed the special Marineros uniforms worn by the Mariners players this afternoon as Michael Kadire takes ball one. It is Latin American Baseball Day here at Safeco Field. The Mariners honoring the many great contributions that Latin Americans have made in baseball, wearing the special Marineros uniforms during today's game. Ball two. A portion of the proceeds from tickets purchased for today's game benefiting the Martinez Foundation, founded by former Mariner great Edgar Martinez and his family, to provide underserved populations with educational opportunities. 2-1 now on Kadire, returning to the Twins lineup today after missing the last 4 games due to a sprained right index finger. On one hop, Cedeno with the flip to Lopez, out to bring in double play.
Well, that was awfully slick. Cedeno to his left, just with the glove, perfect feed, and an easy double play ball and a hard hit ball up the middle. Not the way you want to teach the younger player, but you can get it done like that and make it look really slick, Kenny. Isn't it pretty?
So the Mariners turn the 6-4-3, and here's Brendan Harris. Harris working on a 10-game hitting streak on his first swing today, extends it to a career best 11.
It didn't take him very long at all to extend that to 11, Kenny. First pitch he sees from Washburn, whack, rips it right into center field, right back where it came from. Just drives down through it, that bent front leg. Pretty swing.
So Harris playing for his 5th organization, the Cubs, the Expos/Nationals, the Reds, the Rays, and now the Twins. Has an 11-game hitting streak. He's 15 for 40 during the streak, as Mike Redmond takes a call, strike, 0-1. Redmond, born in Seattle, attended Gonzaga University. Grew up a Mariners fan, a former Seahawks season ticket holder. Making his 20th start behind the plate today. Harris takes his lead off first, 2 away. Top of the second inning, the 1-1 to Redmond. Fastball missing inside, 2-1.
Redmond, a guy, you just look at him, he just looks like a backup catcher, doesn't he? Like he sit around in the clubhouse. Yeah, you know, you kids these days. It wasn't like that when I started.
38 years of age. Fastball missing inside, 3-1. Spent 7 years with the Marlins. And his 5th season backing up Joe Mauer here in Minnesota.
Just so dependable. Doesn't get many looks, obviously, because of the greatness of Joe Mauer. When he does, you get 100% of his heart and soul.
On one hop, Lopez with the throw to first. And the Twins are retired in the second. No score in Seattle. Mariners and Twins scoreless. Twins won last night's game in 10 innings, 2-1. Here's Ronnie Cedeno in to face Nick Blackburn. Cedeno looking to break out of an 0-for-14 slump. Spent the last 9 years in the Cubs organization. Cedeno, Chavez, and Quiros for the Mariners here in the second.
And a guy like Cedeno is a good weapon for Don Wakamatsu. He can play third, short, second, even first base if need be, and play them all well.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Two and two. Mariners lost 101 games a season ago. Just 3 games under the 500 mark today at 26 and 29 as Cedeno sends this one into the right field corner, just foul. And they've done it primarily, Mark, thanks to pitching. The Mariners lead the American League in earned run average offensively, just 11th in batting average, 10th in the league in hits, and last in runs scored.
Yeah, they play a lot of low-scoring games here in Seattle, and that's kind of the way it's drawn up. And you see King Felix.
Bounce to third. Nice play by Creedy, 1 out. And Don Wakamatsu alluded to that when we met with him earlier. There's the general manager, Jack Zduriencik. Don Wakamatsu told us, we played so many close games, decided in the later innings, we do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. And their motto is, don't change the channel, because it's going to be close late, and there's always some heroics, either from the visitors or the home team.
Here's Andy Chavez. He takes a called strike. Mariners have played 26 one-run games.
Man.
Most in the major leagues. They've won 14 of the 26. 34 of their 55 games so far have either been tied or within 1 run either way, as Chavez takes a called strike, 0-2. in the 7th inning or later in 34 of the 55 games the Mariners have played.
Well, when you can pitch, you're going to be in every game. And that's been the case this year. They've turned the corner here in Seattle. Last year the team struggled, losing 101 games. They're starting to believe in things again over here. This is a very good baseball city. There's a lot of good tradition in this city. Some great teams. And Don Wakamatsu and his staff are trying to get these guys to believe in what Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner, those great teams. Get it back to those times.
One-two from Blackburn, off the fist, shallow right. 3 Twins converging, and the catch is made by the second baseman Casilla for out number 2.
Boy, he just ate up Chavez with this fastball, and look at it just run right in on the knuckles of Chavez. And just cleans his clock, breaks his bat, and an easy pop-up. Boy, that's a good pitch.
Two up, 2 down here in the Mariners second. Here's Guillermo Quiros. Mariners starting catcher Kenji Jojima is on the disabled list. Rob Johnson injured his foot in last night's game. He is day to day. So Quiros, who spent last season with the Orioles, making the start this afternoon and falls behind 0-2. He's also played with the Blue Jays, the Rangers, had an earlier stint with the Mariners. 27 years of age, out of Venezuela. Guillermo Quiros.
Blackburn just pounding the strike zone. Seems like he's been ahead all day.
Quiros down on strikes. A 1-2-3 second for Nick Blackburn. We remain scoreless in Seattle. By Sears. Let the Sears Blue Crew find the top appliance brand most perfect for you. Delvin Young leading off for the Minnesota Twins here in the top of the 3rd inning. Kenny Albert, Mark Grace from Safeco Field in Seattle. Young, Casilla, and Span for the Twins here in the 3rd. 1-1. Delvin Young, the first overall pick by the Tampa Bay Rays back in 2003.
It's been a struggle for the talented outfielder this year.
The 1-1 fouled off to the right side. 1-2.
With both these pitchers just doing what has to be done to be successful, and that is get ahead. Pound that strike zone. That way you can use all your pitches.
A 1-2 from Washburn, another foul. And we mentioned Young, the first overall selection. The 2009 first-year player draft will begin this Tuesday in Secaucus, New Jersey. And what a job the Twins have done as an organization through the years.
Amazing.
You look up and down their roster at so many of their key players, homegrown products, drafted by Minnesota. Fastball missing inside. Joe Mauer, the #1 overall pick in 2001. Denard Span, a first-round pick. Michael Kadire, first-round pick. They plucked Justin Morneau in the 3rd round back in '99. Base hit left center field for Delmon Young, and it's a testament to what the Twins have been able to do as an organization. The former general manager Terry Ryan, still a member of the front office. The current general manager Bill Smith and their staff, and manager Ron Gardenhire, of course, in his 8th season with the Twins as well.
And it really is a testament, as you said, Kenny, and they really have no choice because they're a small market team. They're not swimming in money like the Yankees or the Chicago Cubs or the Dodgers and Angels. These guys, they have to do it the old-fashioned way, and that is draft and bring them along at their pace.
Casilla lays down the bunt, and he slides head first and is safe.
How impressive is that, Kenny? The beautiful push bunt past Washburn. Now it's a foot race, and it's Casilla, and it's big old Russell Branyan, and one of the few times you'll ever see a first baseman get outrun there, Kenny. But what a great play there by Casilla.
You would have beaten Alexi to the bag, right?
In that situation, no. Not a chance.
Corner infielders in as Denard Span lays down the bunt foul off to the left side.
And I'd probably be cursing him out right now as we speak, as he's standing next to me. So the Twins in business here.
Twins lead the major leagues with 12 bunt singles.
And if you're Ron Gardenhire, you're thinking we have to put the bunt on here with Span to set up Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau. Just imperative you get the bunt down right here.
Fastball missing away, 1-1.
And what you're trying to do if you're Span, you're trying to bunt the ball firmly to third base. You want the bunt right in that area. You want to make Beltre field the baseball. If you make him field the baseball, the sacrifice will be successful, and you got a really good chance of taking the lead.
Washburn steps off.
Bunt it firmly to the third baseman.
Young on second. Casilla takes his lead off first. Nobody out, top of the 3rd inning. And now Washburn wants to chat with his battery mate, Quiros.
A lot of times with a runner on second base, you have to put down sometimes 4 and 5 signs. And this being the first time there's been a runner as far as second base for the Twins. No time for guesswork. Hey, okay, let's come on out here and let's figure out what we're doing.
Bunted foul, 1-2.
Tried to bunt it to third firmly, but once again a foul ball. Now, Kenny, do you leave the bunt on or do you let him swing away? I'm thinking leave the bunt on.
He's laid down 2 bunts, foul.
But he is a 300 hitter. I'm sure Gardenhire hates that he's going to have to make that decision here. He wanted to get the bunt down, didn't get it done. Now let's see what they're up to.
Time called by Span. Span has 6 sacrifice bunts this year, 4th in the American League. 2 on, nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Span swinging away, and he fouls it off to the left side.
So they did take the bunt off. Span got a good pitch to hit there. And now if you're Span, you're trying to pull the ball to the right side. With his speed, he's very difficult to double up. And if you can pull the ball on the ground to the right side, you'll still set up Joe Mauer with a runner on third and less than 2 outs.
Span takes a called strike 3. So 1 away as we check out the Bank of America fan cam. There is Edgar Martinez.
He could hit. He could hit.
And look who it is behind the plate. Ken Griffey Jr. out to receive the first pitch prior to this afternoon's game on Latin American Baseball Day here in Seattle. Want to show the world it's like, not love? Get MLB banking only from Bank of America. 2 on, 1 out. Joe Mauer takes ball 1.
Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez. Well, they provided some memories up here in the great Northwest. 2 of the best hitters of their day.
Mauer fly to left his first time up. Markey is now batting .426 following the fly out in the first inning.
Well, Washburn really slowing things down now. Having trouble getting on the same page with Quiros.
Washburn and Quiros not that familiar with one another. Quiros making only his 2nd start behind the plate this season.
Yeah, you see it starting to rear its ugly head a little bit. Just not enough reps together.
Two and 1.
Good fastball there at the bottom of the kneecaps.
As you can see, Washburn won his first 3 starts this season, but has not won since April 21st.
But still an ERA in the 3s during those losses. That just tells you the Mariners just struggled to score runs.
Oh no!
Well, that's a batting champion take right there. That was a good slider from Washburn. The mere mortal left-handed hitters are going to swing at that one. Mauer is able to lay off. Now 3-1, should get a good pitch to drive here.
Mauer takes ball 4. The bases are loaded for Justin Morneau.
Morneau with 51 RBIs coming into this contest. Well, pick your poison here, Kenny. Mauer or Morneau? The batting champion or the former MVP?
The Twins already have 4 Grand Slam home runs this season. Bases loaded, 1 out. Washburn to Morneau. Strike 1.
There's that same slider. Morneau couldn't lay off.
Morneau with one of the 4 Grand Slam home runs, May 24th against Milwaukee. The 5th of Morneau's career. Nothing in 2.
2 beautiful sliders right there to jump ahead 0-2. That front hip flies open, and there's just nothing left for that slider. Not your typical Justin Morneau swing.
0-2 from Washburn, blocked by Quiros. Morneau, with many friends and family members in attendance this afternoon, grew up a couple of hours north in New Westminster, British Columbia. Bases loaded, 1 out. Washburn missing away, 2-2.
Everything away. 2 sliders away. Now a couple of fastballs miss. I would imagine back to the slider now, Kenny. You got him to look bad with a couple of swings to get to 0-2. I think that was just a showcase fastball to set up this breaking ball. Sure enough. Oh, what a big sequence he just put on Justin Morneau. There's the slider. It looks like a fastball till the very end. Down and out of the zone it goes, and Morneau, a big strikeout victim.
Strikeout number 3 for Jared Washburn. In steps Joe Crede, who has 7 career grand slams, including 1 this season. 6 with the White Sox.
Well, Washburn breaking out some beautiful breaking balls here. This time the right-handed Crede can't lay off.
Crede singled to left his first time up. Bases loaded, now 2 outs. A shot. And Delman Young had to dance out of the way of that one.
But a quality pitch there by Washburn. He came inside. And if you hit that ball on the barrel, it's only going to be pulled foul. Look out, Delman Young. That's pretty nifty for a big guy. And these Mariner fans starting to get behind their left-hander now. They appreciate the possibility of pitching out of a huge jam.
25th pitch of the inning upcoming.
Once again, trying to get on the same page.
The 0-2 to Crede. Washburn missing away, 1-2. Coming home is Young. The tag is in time. The pitcher Washburn covering, tags out Delman Young. another inning here in Seattle as Franklin Gutierrez leads off for the Mariners against Nick Blackburn. Twins loaded the bases, and then on a wild pitch, Delmon Young attempted to score. The throw from the catcher Quiros to the pitcher Washburn covering, and he tagged Young out for the final out of the inning. Two and one now on Gutierrez. Look at Jared Washburn, the Mariners dugout.
He was all kind of fired up after the out at the plate. He should have been. He got out of a big jam. The very dejected Twins team took the field this inning.
Right back to the box. Blackburn to Bordeaux, one away. Ichiro grounded to short. His first time up on his day after the end of his 27-game hitting streak. Second longest hitting streak in the major leagues this season. Ryan Zimmerman of the Washington Nationals with a 30-game streak earlier in the year. And the longest streak of Ichiro's career.
He just seems to put together a 20-gamer about every year. A lot of multi-hit games. And just right on cue, Kenny Albert.
So Ichiro beginning a new streak here today. Between innings, we chatted with Twin skipper Ron Gardenhire and asked him about the Denard Span at bat. The decision to take off the bunt with 2 strikes back in the top of the 3rd inning.
Not really, not at all. He's a good enough hitter. He didn't get it down, but you got to let him swing there. I don't like him bunting with 2 strikes. He had his chances on the first 2 pitches.
On the flip side, your pitcher Blackburn once again on top of his game.
Yeah, he's sinking it and using all of his pitches. That's the key to him. If he uses the ball and changes speeds, and adds and subtracts a little bit, he's got that heavy ball and he's going at him pretty good.
A terrific month of May as Joe Mauer made his return. Must make it pretty easy to write his name on the lineup card every day.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, the catcher's got to have a few days here and there, but it's sure hard to sit him down.
Thanks, Ron. Best of luck.
Good luck, Skipper.
Thanks, guys.
Ron Gardenhire, who has done a terrific job, 4 division titles during his first 7 seasons in Minnesota. While you were listening to Ron, Russell Branyan flied out to Denard Span on the warning track in center field, so 2 away for Adrian Beltre. Beltre fly to right his first time up. 0-1.
Just once again, Blackburn jumping ahead, making these Mariners swing the bats. That's what happens when you get ahead. You force the batter to start swinging. He can't look for just a fastball now. It opens up your whole arsenal. You can use your breaking ball. You can use your slider, your changeup. You just keep the hitter on his heels when you jump ahead of him.
Ichiro back in. 7 of 12 first pitch strikes for Blackburn so far today. Beltre pops it up. Left side of the infield. The shortstop Harris makes the catch. And the Mariners are retired in the 3rd. Presented by Sears, sponsored by the new Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Taste the unfried side of KFC. By Calouette and by Bank of America. Show the world it's not like it's loved. Get MLB banking only from Bank of America. Back in Seattle, top of the 4th inning. Joe Crede on the first pitch with a base hit into left field. Remember, Crede was at the plate with the bases loaded when Washburn threw a wild pitch. And then the catcher Quiros with the throw to the plate. And Washburn got the tag down on Delmon Young. So Crede, with the bases empty, singles to left field.
Yeah, I'm sure right now Delmon Young regretting this. Off he goes. And really a nice play by Washburn, getting in there and getting the tag down, sticking his nose right down in there.
Strike one to Michael Kadire, who grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the 2nd inning. Oh! 1-1.
Twins have 5 hits now. Seems like Washburn, after the first inning, has been pretty much every pitch out of the stretch.
Off the fists.
Boy, what a pitch that was.
Brandon did not really have to move, makes the catch. We spoke between innings with the Mariners bench coach, Ty Van Berkelio. Ty, kind of a wacky ending to the top of the 3rd inning. You don't often see the 3rd out with the bases loaded made as it was moments ago.
Yeah, you don't. That's a design play. We put that in. But, yeah, it worked out well. And, Wash got in there. He's a real competitor, and he stuck the tag down there.
Hey, Ty, the star power here is obviously Ichiro, but Russell Branding, he's got to be even exceeding your expectations.
Yeah, Russ has done a great job, and shoot, that ball he just hit there, he hit pretty well. This park's pretty tough for a home run hitter, and he's hit some home runs that are pretty majestic here. He's done a real good job.
Ty, thanks for joining us. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck now.
Ty Van Berkelio, the bench coach under Don Wakamatsu. Played in 14 Major League games with the Angels and the Rockies. Also spent 5 years over in Japan.
Was a slugger in Japan.
Our thanks to Ty for taking a couple of minutes between innings. He hit 38 home runs one year back in 1988 in Japan. Drove in 93 runs. Two-0 to Harris, 2-1.
He reared back and threw it right by him. And just no nonsense. Let's play baseball. Fastball right down the middle and right by Harris. Good pitch. We talked about there's no fear in Jared Washburn. He showed that by getting out of that tough top of the 3rd, and here he goes again after a leadoff base hit. Just attack, just constantly attacking. These are guys you loved playing behind, Kenny. They work fast, they throw strikes. Infielders and outfielders on their toes.
Washburn, a guy who had great success earlier in his career, won 18 games with the Angels back in 2002. He started Game 1 of the World Series. Angels went on to win the title. In fact, Don Wakamatsu was a member of the Angels coaching staff that season under Mike Scioscia. So he has seen Washburn at his best.
He is just shattering some bats with those fastballs in.
Harris over for some new lumber. Well, next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, interleague play returns as the New York Mets take on the New York Yankees. Some of you will see the White Sox and the Brewers, or the Cardinals and the Indians. Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Sears, returns next week at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox. Check local listings for the game and start time in your area. 2-2 on Harris, who extended his career best hitting streak to 11 games back in the second inning. A called strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Jared Washburn.
Well, the pitch before, he goes in and breaks Harris's bat with a fastball in, gets Harris thinking inside, and what do? Go right to the outside corner. What a beautiful pitch that was by Washburn.
So with 2 away, here's Mike Redmond. Grounded out to the second baseman Lopez, his first time up. Creedy a leadoff single here in the fourth. Kadire popped to first. Harris caught looking. Twins have had 6 base runners so far today, but we remain scoreless after a low-scoring 2-1 game last night. Washburn's last start, he allowed only 1 run in 7 innings on Monday against Baltimore, but lost the game 1-0. That's
what we talked about with the tough luck. Even though in his last 7 starts he's winless, it hasn't been because he hadn't been throwing the ball well. He's been throwing the ball very well. Just these Mariners have really struggled offensively this season.
Some hard luck last season for Washburn as the bullpen blew 6 of his games. He had an ERA under 2 in his 7 no decisions.
So needless to say, you're going to get a quality start just about every time this left-hander takes the mound. Don Wakamatsu called him very reliable. Get plenty of innings out of him. He's good for a bullpen.
Right field, long run for Ichiro. Reaches up, can't make the catch. Creedy around third. Creedy heading home. The Twins take a 1-0 lead. Mike Redmond, the Seattle native, making the start today behind the plate. Drives in his 4th run of the season.
A fastball away. Redmond goes right with the pitch. Ichiro gives it everything he's got. It's just out of his reach. And once the relay throw gets past Jose Lopez, Creedy's going to score. Right there is the difference right there of maybe having an out at the plate and being safe at the plate. 1-0 Minnesota.
4th double of the season for Redmond. Here's Delman Young. Washburn missing inside, ball 1. So after 5 consecutive singles to start the game, the Twins with their first extra base hit, and it drives in a run. Fastball missing away. 2-0 on Young, who led off the 3rd inning with a single. And then Young tagged out at the plate following that wild pitch by Washburn. Two and 1.
Well, Young had a good pitch to hit up in the zone, out over. Took a really good swing at it, but fouled it back. First overall pick. I guess that title's going to go to one Steven Strasburg this year, wouldn't you think?
Out of your alma mater, San Diego State.
Well, there's another good pitch to hit right there. Another good swing. And the same result, a foul ball.
The Mariners will have the 2nd pick following the Washington Nationals. Seattle will also choose 27th and 33rd. They receive those 2 picks as compensation after the Phillies signed Raul Ibanez. 2-2 to Young, another foul.
Well, how about the year Raul Ibanez is having in Philadelphia? First time in the National League and making it look easy.
You know, the Mariners finished with 1 less loss than the Nationals last year. Washington lost 102 games. So they get the first pick. Mariners won their last 3 games of the season.
Cost them Steven Strasburg. But I would imagine there's probably a good player or two sitting in that number 2 spot, wouldn't you think?
And the Mariners will pick second. Twins have the 22nd pick. Draft will begin this Tuesday evening. Young down on strikes. 5th strikeout for Washburn, but the Twins break through as Redmond doubles in. Creedy 1-0 Minnesota. Back in Seattle, Ken Griffey Jr. leading off for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 4th inning against Nick Blackburn. Griffey walked his first time up. Twins with a run at the top of the 4th inning. 1 run on 6 hits for Minnesota. No runs, only 2 hits for the Mariners. They had only 4 base hits last night.
Yeah, Nick Blackburn just picking up right where these Twins left off here last evening. Just pounding the strike zone. Not only getting outs, but getting quick outs, Kenny. And your job here as a starting pitcher is when your offense goes out and gets you a run, your job is to put another 0 on the board and get the boys back in there to the bat rack.
Center field. Bernard Span. 1 away. Time now for a DirecTV game break. Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays from Yankee Stadium. Mariano Rivera on the mound. Top of the 9th inning. Joe Dillon singles to center field, scoring Ben Zobrist. Rays take a 6-5 lead. Bottom of the 9th. Tying run at the plate. Robinson Cano flies out to B.J. Upton in center. The Rays win it 9-7. They scored 4 in the 9th. CC Sabathia, the Yankee starter, allowed 4 runs in 8 innings. Willie Ibar took Sabathia deep. A 3-run home run. Follow your favorite MLB team no matter where you live with DirecTV. Jose Lopez lines one to center. The catch is made by Span for out number 2.
Well, Kenny, I'll ask you. I guess we have to give a hearty congratulations to my former teammate, Randy Johnson. 300 wins. And my question to you is, do you think we'll ever see another one? 300 game winner.
Boy, it's tough to say never.
Right.
Although
I personally don't think we are.
I heard somebody mention the other day that the next 300 game winner might not even be born yet.
Well, that's what I was just about to say, that if there's a three, this is just my opinion, which take that for what it's worth, but I don't think if there's going to be one, we haven't met him yet. I don't think he's playing in the big leagues now.
Another former Mariner, Jamie Moyer, is next among active pitchers with 250.
He's on pace to maybe do it when he's 83 years old.
That's right. But, you look at guys like Sabathia and Cole Hamels, and Sabathia would have to average 18 wins a season over the next 10 years to reach 300.
He lost an opportunity today. A guy, a young guy like a Tim Lincecum comes to mind, but he's got that violent delivery, and you just wonder if he can pitch into his 40s. You're going to have to pitch into at least your early 40s and win a whole boatload of games doing it.
I like Randy's quote after the game. He said, well, only 211 more and I'll tie Cy Young. Cy Young won 511 games during his career. Tom Glavine active, but he has no team, released by the Braves earlier this week. John Smoltz on the comeback trail, pitching in the minor leagues.
Jamie Moyer,
the Red Sox,
got a win blown by his closer, Brad Lidge, last night in Los Angeles. So, those wins are just tough to come by. 300 of them are, golly.
1-2 to Cedeno. Blackburn missing low and away. One of the amazing aspects to Randy Johnson's career, he's won 72 games since turning 40. He has more wins in his 40s than in his 20s.
I did not know that. Really?
He won 64 games in his 20s. He's won 72 games in his 40s.
Man. Well, I got him for 3 years. As Lopez is giving his left shin Cedeno is giving his left shin a beating. That's twice now in this at bat, and he's still hurting. That gives us time to talk about Randy Johnson. I got him for 3 years in Arizona, and that was a veteran move on my part, Kenny, because I joined the Diamondbacks, and I didn't have to face Randy Johnson or Curt Schilling anymore. That was about 30 less outs a year.
Might be one of the smartest things you've ever done.
I don't get accused of doing a whole lot of smart stuff, but that was certainly one of them. Ronnie's going to try it again. Usually these dastardly pitchers like to throw one inside again and get you to do it again. Sure enough, he did it again, didn't he?
Left field, Delmon Young. A 1-2-3 fourth for Blackburn. 1-0 Twins. fifth here in Seattle, with the Twins leading the Mariners 1-0. Minnesota scoring their run in the fourth inning. Mike Redmond doubling in Joe Crede. Alexi Casilla leads off against Jared Washburn and takes a called strike. Casilla with a bunt single back in the third inning. Oh. 1-1. One ball, two strike count. Denard Span waiting on deck. Then Joe Mauer. Line drive right into the glove of the first baseman Branyan for out number one. Well, Fox Sports is proud to support the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. There's Mark's pin. The Michael J. Fox Foundation's goal is to drive the development of better treatments and a cure for Parkinson's. To learn more, please visit michaeljfox.org. That's michaeljfox.org. One away, here's Denard Span. Span has struck out twice today. We mentioned Span, the first round pick back in 2002, 20th overall by the Twins. Mark, do you remember where you were when you found out that you were drafted by the Cubs back in '85? How did you find out?
Well, I was in San Diego, and it took about 3 days for me to find out, because I was
Is that because you were
all
drafted
the way up in the 24th.
Yeah,
round.
I was going to say, is that because you were drafted 622nd?
622nd
overall?
And for the Cubs, I was the fourth first baseman that the Cubs took that year. So,
and there is our colleague here at Fox, Eric Karros.
Way ahead of me. He was a sixth rounder by the Dodgers.
Sixth round in '88.
So it took me a while to get that phone call, and it wasn't like the general manager or one of the high-ranking Cubs officials. It was just I think it was just some guy that called, hey, I think you may have gotten drafted by the Cubs. So I had to check the paper the next day just to make sure.
Span strikes out for the third time. So how do you go from being a 24th round pick, 622nd overall, to leading the major leagues in hits during the next decade? How does that happen?
Goodness, it's first and foremost, just got a lot of good fortune, but you just you got to go out there and make your own breaks. 24th round draft picks they're not allowed to fail at any time. You better not have a bad year. Like first rounders can bring them along. 24th rounders, you got to make it happen. It worked out. It was 16 fun years.
Well, here's Joe Mauer, the first overall pick back in 2001. Fly to left in the first, threw a walk in the third. Mauer batting .426. 1-1.
Mauer, the only Twin so far that's been able to lay off that good Washburn slider. All the other hitters we've noticed are swinging right through it. Justin Morneau did it his last time up, striking out with the bases loaded. Mauer's been able to lay off of it. That's why he's such a great hitter.
Today's Gillette Power Trivia question. Joe Mauer started the day with a .409 career batting average against the Mariners. That is the highest all-time against Seattle, who ranked second to Mauer on that list. Mauer .409 against these Mariners. Roll 1-2. And it's not just a small sample. The .409 batting average against Seattle coming in 137 career at bats.
Yeah, plenty of at bats, and there you see the main numbers. Goodness gracious.
Two balls, two strikes.
Just no wasted movement at all in Joe Mauer when he's up to bat. There's no gyrations or anything. He's just nice and smooth. Takes a good look at the baseball, lets it travel, and then puts a terrific swing on it. Just calm.
Popped up. Shallow left center. Gutierrez makes the catch. Bauer's average drops all the way to 422.
Poor guy.
By Sears Craftsman, trust in your hands. Bottom of the fifth here in Seattle. Mariners have had only 3 base runners today. Twins with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the order, Endy Chavez squares to bunt, takes strike one.
Just a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Now it's Nick Blackburn again here in the bottom of the fifth, jumping ahead.
Pitchers duel last night as well. Hernandez and Liriano.
Well, that's what you're going to get with the Seattle Mariners, a team that has terrific pitching, but offensively it's been extremely limited here for the first 2 months.
Bounce to the right side, backhanded by Morneau, takes it to the bag himself. Chavez is retired. We take you back to our Gillette Power trivia question. Who ranks second all time to Joe Mauer in career batting average against Seattle? Well, he was a Minnesota Twin as well.
Boy, Joe Mauer. Anytime your face is next to a hitter like Rod Carew, you're awfully good.
Rod Carew, a .356 career batting average against the Mariners. Quiros lines one to left, right into the glove of Delman Young for out number 2.
Now, when you're struggling offensively, even when you square one up, as Quiros did right there, I mean, he drilled that ball to left, unfortunately, right at Delman Young.
Nick Blackburn has retired 12 of the last 13 Mariners he has faced.
And another first pitch strike.
There's a first pitch strike. So 11 of the 18 Mariner hitters today have fallen behind 0-1.
That fella's been in my closet.
He was drafted 522nd overall.
Look at that pitch there. Bullying him inside with that sinker down and in. What a pitch.
0-2 on Gutierrez, who bounced back to the pitcher Blackburn his first time up. Two and two.
Nick Blackburn in complete command. We said he pitches to contact, only one walk, along with one strikeout. He wants to get you out quick in the count. He doesn't want to waste his time trying to strike people out. Here, hit it and hit it on the ground.
Gutierrez stays alive.
Remember the scouting report early in the game, the heavy sinker. He likes to bully the right-handers in and pitch to contact. He's made us look good today, Kenny. Well, he's made himself look even better.
It's all you. I can't take any credit for those pitcher profiles.
Line foul.
But by bullying inside right there and keeping it on the inside corner, to hit that ball in the barrel, it's going to be hit foul. Bang, and he drills it. Look at the play by the young lady down there. That's a nice forehand right there.
It's on her up. She might be drafted on Tuesday. Who knows?
I was going to say, somebody needs a defensive replacement. That was a heck of a play. That ball was hammered foul. Whoa. He will not get drafted.
Up the middle. Oh, a diving stop by Casilla. Gets up, he throws, safe.
Well, great effort there by Casilla. Gutierrez just runs way too well, and he beats it by a step. Almost overdove it. Bottom line is, you knock it down, make a play. I believe Gutierrez may have hurt himself. He's going to get some attention from the training staff down the first base line. Don Wakamatsu, first base coach Lee Tinsley.
So Gutierrez, an 8-pitch at bat, an infield single. Only the third hit of the game for the Mariners.
Well, you see the rifle shot right back up the box. Now you see the dive. Okay, he's going. Nothing too terrible there. It's after you get the base hit that you think, oh wow, wait a minute. I think something happened there.
So Gutierrez will hang in there.
And what that does with the 2-out base hit, it gives Ichiro a chance. And all he needs is a chance.
Gutierrez on first. How about the catch he made in the 10th inning last night to rob Jason Kubel of a home run?
Nothing hurting there. That saved 3 runs in what would be the final inning. The Twins went on to score a run that inning, but what a great catch.
Ichiro, right center. Off the wall. Gutierrez around third. Waved home. No throw. We are tied at 1.
He said all he needed was a chance. He gets a fastball in the middle of the plate and he blisters it into right center field. Look at the stride, the full swing, and then it's just a matter of will it stay in the park. It does. And the 2-out infield hit by Gutierrez gave Ichiro a chance, and now it's a 1-1 ball game.
Some of Ichiro's career numbers. He's driven in his 17th run this season. Takes his lead off second. Russell Branyan at the plate.
Branyan has been just tremendous this year in every facet. He's a left-handed hitter. You've got the right-handed hitting Adrian Beltre on deck. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Blackburn decides, you know what, I may have to take my chances and pitch around Russell Branyan. Boy, he left a breaking ball right in the middle of the zone. Branyan had a good rip at it, but fouled it off. I mean, this one just hangs right in the middle of the plate. Russell Branyan possesses what I like to call light tower power. 8 different teams.
On one hop, Morneau takes it to the bag. But the Mariners have tied the game, and Justin Morneau will lead off when we return to Seattle. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV by Gillette Fusion, Gillette's closest, most comfortable shave. And by Smirnoff Ice. Please drink responsibly. Justin Morneau leading off for the Twins here in the top of the 6th inning against Jared Washburn. Morneau is 0 for 2 today. Struck out with the bases loaded back in the 3rd inning. And he sends this one to deep center field. Gutierrez back. He's on the warning track. He makes the catch.
Just a strong young man, and Justin Morneau, he drives it, catches it just a bit off the end of the bat, and that's all it takes to keep it in the ballpark. This very spacious Safeco field out to center field.
Here's Joe Crede, who has 2 base hits today. 2 of the 6 Minnesota Twins hits. Slice foul to the right side. What a month of May it was for the Twins offensively. Morneau, Kadire, Mauer, and Crede combining for 34 home runs and 103 runs batted in.
What a murderer's row that was in May. They hated to see June come around. They're starting to make some noise though in the Central. Only a game and a half back coming into this contest.
Detroit Tigers in first place. White Sox in third place, 3.5 out.
Just had a feeling Jim Leyland would do something to get that Tiger team turned around.
Yep. How about the Royals? They are now 5.5 out. They've lost 8 in a row.
Well, Zach Greinke, what a story he's been. He got hit hard.
Lost for only the second time last night. The 1-2. Lopez. 2 away. Boys and Girls Clubs of America is the official charity of Major League Baseball, reaching more than 4 million kids worldwide. Together, they create a positive place for kids. Many youngsters in attendance this afternoon, including Mike Redmond's sons, Ryan and Michael. Mike grew up here in the Seattle area, and he drove in the Twins' run back in the 4th inning with a 2-out double. Ichiro with a 2-out double of his own in the 5th to score the Mariners' run. As Kadire pops it foul. 0-2. Brendan Morrow. Little bloop, and it will drop in shallow right. A 2-out single for Michael Kadire.
Well, this is just 2-strike hitting right there from Michael Kadire. Ron Gardenhire happy to have him back after missing 4 games. A really good pitch. Just go out and poke it. Sometimes good pitches don't net you a good result. Kadire just a great job right there of staying alive and getting a base hit. If you just put the ball in play, you give yourself a chance.
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
No, it's not. But by not striking out there, by just getting a piece of it, ended up getting a base hit and keeping the inning alive.
Washburn throws over. Now, we were talking about Washburn's career earlier, and of course, so when you look at his 12 years, a lot of it has to do with the success of the team. And he played at the great Angels ball clubs. Mariners, of course, lost 101 games last season. At one point back in 2004, Washburn was 21 games over 500 for his career. He was 67-46. He's now 3 games under.
Well, it seems impossible for a guy of his talent to lose that many games. Well, when you play on teams that struggle.
We mentioned the bullpen blowing 6 potential wins for Washburn last season. Left field, Endy Chavez coming on, and he will make the catch on the run to retire the side in the 6th. Tied at 1 from Safeco. Mariners replay.
Ball gets away. Look at Jared Washburn come in and drop the knee, blocking the plate. He doesn't need any shin guard to catch his gear. Blocks Delmon Young off the plate. He gets fired up. Who says pitchers can't mix it up with the big boys? That is a great play and a big play here this afternoon. 1-1 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Do pitchers practice that during spring training?
I don't think so. You got to be a tough kid, and he is certainly that. Jared Washburn he's not afraid to mix it up.
Adrian Beltre leading off for the Mariners.
You know, those starting pitchers in spring training, you know, they throw a couple innings and go play golf for 5 days.
Although in chatting with Don Wakamatsu earlier today, he was very impressed with the work ethic of his entire ball club in spring training.
And that
during
had
the regular season as well.
Yeah, that had to change after last year. He was worried about some work ethics, not only from his pitchers, but from some of his position players. And it started in spring training. Going to set the tone. We're going to work. We're going to work our way through this. And they're all on board here in Seattle.
Beltre, right field. Kadire reaches up and makes the catch.
Oh, what a great catch there in right field by Michael Kadire. Fastball right down the middle. Beltre drives it to the right side. This just had Gapper written all over it. But Kadire times his leap perfectly and makes a beautiful catch. And that is just a great catch and a big catch. Saving extra bases.
An outstanding play by Kadire. Here's Griffey. Slow roller. Creedy backhands it, and he throws out his former teammate from last season with the Chicago White Sox.
Well, Griffey didn't mean to swing at this, but once he puts it in play, he realizes Joe Creedy, a Gold Glove caliber fielder. Look how far he has the range to his right, and then a strong throw across the diamond to get Griffey Jr. by 2 steps. Nice play. Doesn't get near enough credit for his defense to Joe Creedy. Ask anybody and they'll tell you if there's a better one, they don't know him. A-Rod gets all the accolades defensively, and deservedly so. He's terrific over there. But Joe Creedy is one of the better defenders in the game.
Fouled off to the left side. You mentioned A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez was selected with the first overall pick the last time the Mariners chose first, back in 1993. Ken Griffey Jr., the first overall pick by Seattle in '87. So the last 2 times the Mariners had the first overall pick, they did not do too badly. As Lopez singles up the middle.
Blackburn, as the game starts to get a little bit deeper, starting to get a few more balls in the middle of the plate. Beltre drove one that Kadire made a beautiful play on to start the inning, and he leaves the ball in the middle of the plate there. Lopez just drilled it right back up the box.
So a 2-out single for Lopez, breaking an 0 for 10 slump. Ronnie Cedeno 0 for 2.
Lopez sporting a shin guard for that left leg, as that one buries inside on him.
And he pops out to the second baseman. Casilla will return to Seattle after a word from your local Fox station. Saturday Baseball presented by Sears. Let the Sears Blue Crew find the top appliance brand most perfect for you. We move to the 7th. A run on 7 hits for the Twins. 1 run, 5 hits for the Mariners. Solid effort by Jared Washburn, who threw 96 pitches in 6 innings, allowed only 1 run on 7 hits. 1 walk, struck out 6. Coming out to pitch the 7th for the Mariners, 24-year-old right-hander Brendan Morrow.
And Brendan Morrow, one of the harder throwers in the game. You see, a few too many walks has got him in some trouble, but boy, has he got a great arm.
Pitching to the bottom of the order, Mike Redmond leads off. Redmond drove in the Twins' only run back in the 4th inning. A 2-out double, scoring Joe Crede. We take you back to the 4th inning. Redmond off Washburn. Doubles to right, past Ichiro. Crede scored all the way from first.
Yeah, he gets fired up. He doesn't get to play a whole lot because of the star Joe Mauer doing most of the catching. Gonna tap that one foul. So you're allowed to get a little fired up when you give your team what was a short-lived lead.
Especially doing it in front of friends and family back home. Garrett Olson, the left-hander, up and throwing in the Seattle pen. Top of the 7th inning. Twins and Mariners tied at 1. They played 10 last night. Game won by the Twins 2-1. 0-2 from Morrow. Fastball missing inside, 1-2.
96 miles an hour. And it's just smooth, fluent. No extra effort at all in the 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Brendan Morrow.
On one hop, backing up as the second baseman Lopez throws out Redmond for out number 1. Time now for the Just for Men hair color hold leaders. Over the last 2 seasons, Sean Green now with the Mets with 17 to lead the Mariners. Just as these relievers keep their team in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men hair color. One away, here's Delman Young. How about the former closer here in Seattle, J.J. Putz?
Yeah, it's too bad what happened to him in New York. He's going to miss some time.
He had been working the 8th inning for the Mets. Of course, Frankie Rodriguez is their closer. Putz has struggled this year and has headed to the disabled list.
Putz struggled for Team USA in the WBC. And then had trouble getting people out for the Mets. Come to realize because he had an arm injury. Well, that didn't take long. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Time now, Mark, for a DirecTV game break. Bottom of the 4th. 2 outs, nobody on. Josh Fields with a solo homer to left center. White Sox take a 2-1 lead over the Indians. It is now 3-1. White Sox, follow your favorite MLB team no matter where you live with DirecTV. White Sox shut out in the previous 2 games. Chicago in 3rd place in the American League Central. Alexei Casilla 1 for 2 today. Fastball in for a strike. 0-2.
That's the thing about Minnesota. They really haven't hit their stride yet here in 09, but there they are right in the thick of things again.
As usual, as we've gotten used to.
And the key word again, 97 miles an hour. That will get your attention if you're a left-handed hitter, right up under your chin. Hello.
Two and 2 on Casilla. 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning in Seattle. The 2-2 foul back to the screen. Top of the order for the Twins today: Span, Mauer, and Morneau. A combined 0 for 8 with a walk. Morneau is 0 for 3. Mauer 0 for 2. Span has struck out 3 times.
Easy to see why they've only scored 1 run. It's gone from 0-2 now to 3-2 here on Casilla, and threatening to turn this lineup over. Casilla, a 176 hitter. But once this lineup turns over, you're looking at a bunch of 300 hitters as well as a 400 hitter in Mauer.
A shot to left field. Extra bases for Casilla.
Oh. Well, what a pretty piece of hitting that was by Casilla. You don't see many 176 swings like this, but this is a beautiful thing. Fastball up and out over, just go right with it. Down the line it goes. Chavez looks like got checked into the boards there
By himself.
Yeah, he's not a Penguin or a Red Wing, but he stops the puck, I guess you could say, and gets it back in. And now Span an opportunity with a runner in scoring position.
Span, as we mentioned, has struck out 3 times this afternoon. Big lead for Casilla. And now Quiros out for a visit with Morrow.
Probably going to go over some signs like, oh, wait a minute. We need to flash a few more than just number 1s and number 2s. We're going to have to go through a sequence.
Major League Baseball All-Star Game, July 14th from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Right here on Fox.
That's the sequence we're talking about.
Hey. 2-0. Brandon Morrow on in relief of Jared Washburn in a 1-1 game. Joe Mauer waiting on deck should Denard Span reach. On one hop, bounces away from Lopez. He recovers, but can't make the play. First and third for the Twins with Joe Mauer coming up.
Now there's a replay. A bolt off the bat, 1 hop. Lopez knocks it down, but then he can't find the handle. Now it becomes nervous time as Don Wakamatsu is making his way out to the mound. He's going to make a pitching change as Joe Mauer going to get his opportunity when we come back.
First and third, it will be Mauer stepping in against Garrett Olson. The American League. Moments ago, the 9th of the season committed by Jose Lopez.
Well, Lopez does a good job of keeping it in front, but one of the great coaches of all time, John Wooden, the Wizard of Westwood, his motto was be quick, but don't hurry. And once he knocked the ball down, all he had to do was just get to his feet or get to it quickly and make the play, but instead he rushed, he hurried, and ended up making a big error. And now a big opportunity for the Minnesota Twins here with 2 outs.
And the 25-year-old left-hander Garrett Olson coming out of the pen. His 5th relief appearance this season. He's also started 3 games for the Mariners. Facing Joe Mauer for the first time in his career. Ball 1. Mauer today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Big opportunity here in the 7th inning. Morrow retired the first 2 Twins in the inning. Then Casilla doubled, and Span reached on the Lopez error. A 1-0 to Mauer. Olson missing inside, 2-0.
That's the worst thing you can do is fall behind a great hitter. 2-0. Now all the pressure is on Olson. Mauer can just choose one pitch and one spot. Anything else he can let pass. Well, that was a heck of a pitch to the outside corner right there by Olson. Nothing Mauer's going to do with that.
We saw Chris Jakubauskas up in the Mariners pen. Three and 1.
Now once again, after the good fastball to the outside corner, tried to go there again and missed. Now 3 and 1.
Full count.
And he just challenged the .430 hitting Joe Mauer. The fastball down the middle. He beat him with it. He was only able to shank it foul. Now with 2 outs. Bernard Span on first base. He'll be on the run. Now the Mariner fans starting to get behind their left-hander Olson.
Payoff pitch to Mauer. On the ground. Lopez fields it. He throws. Inning over. 7th inning stretch time after the Twins strand 2 in the top of the 7th. By Samsung Mobile. Make yourself organized with the Samsung Jack phone. By Hyundai Assurance, a little certainty in uncertain times. And by EAS, don't waste your workout, finish it. EAS Myoplex. Andy Chavez leading off for the Seattle Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Nick Blackburn still on the mound for the Twins. Going deep into the game, something he just consistently does. Bottom of the order here in the bottom of the 7th, starting with Andy Chavez. That was a beautiful breaking ball there, and you could see that one just surprised Chavez.
Chavez has not gotten the ball out of the infield today. Popped to second, grounded to first. Gets the bat on this one. And the catch is made by Young in left. Mike Sweeney of the Mariners wearing a microphone for us today. Let's listen.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Hey, I was wondering, I'd be honored if you'd be able to personalize one of your bats for me.
Oh, I'd love to.
I'd be honored. Anytime when you're up here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edgar. Always a pleasure. When are you going to Cooperstown? If Quiros goes down, we're going to have to do it like we did it in the Hacienda League, buddy. I don't care if you don't have a heartbeat, bro. Just leave your gear and your glove there. We need to get a Marineros on there. Let me just get a little bit for Cuba. Cuba, I'll help you out, baby.
Mike Sweeney chatting, Mark, initially with Edgar Martinez, who threw out the first pitch today, and then in referencing Quiros, who is at the plate right now, the only other catcher on the Mariners roster, Rob Johnson, suffered a foot injury last night. So if anything were to happen to Quiros, I think you might have to go downstairs and catch.
Gosh, that would be an ugly thing. But Sweeney, one of the big sweethearts of Major League Baseball.
Sweeney homered last night, broken bat, base hit into left field for Quiros.
As the bat boy cleans up the kindling, fastball or breaking ball, I'm sorry, right off the end of the bat, and that bat explodes. Those maple bats, they tend to do that. Right over the top of Brendan Harris. Now Seattle making some noise here in the bottom of the 7th.
6th hit of the game for the Mariners. Seattle with a 1-out base runner. And Franklin Gutierrez at the plate. Gutierrez, an infield hit back in the 5th inning. Came around to score the Mariners' run. We mentioned Blackburn making his 3rd start against the Mariners this season. In his most recent start against Seattle back on May 10th in Minnesota, did not allow a run in 7 innings. You couple it with today's game, only 1 run in 13 1/3 in his last 2 starts against the Mariners. Runner goes, and Gutierrez fouls it off to the left side, so Quiros heads back to first.
Wakamatsu trying anything he can to get Quiros in scoring position. Certainly not a base stealer. Put the hit and run on. Try to open up a hole or two. Put the pressure on the Minnesota defense. He doesn't have an offense, Kenny, that he can just sit back and wait for 3-run homers. Sit back and let them bang. He's got to try to create opportunities.
Creedy to second for 1. On to first, double play. The Twins turn the 5-4-3. 7 innings in the books. 1-1 here in Seattle. Eighth inning in Seattle as Justin Morneau leads off for the Twins. Morneau today is 0 for 3, including a bases loaded strikeout back in the third inning. The left-hander Garrett Olson, the third Mariners pitcher of the afternoon, came on with 2 outs in the 7th and faced Joe Mauer, who grounded out to the second baseman Lopez to end the inning. Morneau right center. Moving to his left is Gutierrez. One away. Time now for our Smirnoff Ice game summary with the Twins and Mariners tied at 1 in the 8th. Redmond and Ichiro with RBI doubles. Nick Blackburn, 7 strong innings for the Twins. Jared Washburn, 6 strong innings for the Mariners. An 11-game hit streak for Brendan Harris. A pitching change. Don Wakamatsu to the mound. Last month, the 12th annual Mariners Education Dream Team Day, as Mariners players, coaches, broadcasters, and even the Mariner Moose took part in assemblies at 6 different Seattle area elementary schools. Great job by the Mariners getting out in the community. With Joe Crede at the plate, the 4th Mariners pitcher of the day is Chris Jakubowskis, who started 8 games for Seattle earlier this season. Coming out of the bullpen. Fastball in for a called strike. 1-2 on Joe Crede, who has 2 hits today.
Hard throwing right-hander with a good curveball. A fast worker. Get it and go, son.
Crede down the line and right into the second row. Mariners and Twins tied at 1. Top of the 8th inning here in Seattle. Terrific efforts by both starting pitchers. Nick Blackburn, Jared Washburn. Crede called out on strikes.
Jakubowskis just caught Joe Crede looking for a breaking ball. Instead, he just pours a fastball right down the middle. Grady knew it. Doggone it. Just knew he was going to throw me a curveball.
So with 2 away, here's Michael Cuddyer. Cuddyer in his return after missing 4 games is 1 for 3. Off the fist, fouled off to the right side, 0-1. Nothing and 2 on Cuddyer. Beltre across. The Twins are retired in order in the 8th. Top of the order, Ichiro will lead off for the Mariners when we return. Sponsored by Pepsi Throwback, made with natural sugar for a limited time only. By AT&T, your world delivered. And by One A Day Meds, the official multivitamin of Major League Baseball, specially formulated to support prostate health. Bottom of the 8th inning here in Seattle. Mariners, Twins tied at 1. Nick Blackburn, 7 strong innings for the Twins today. He's replaced by the 28-year-old left-hander Sean Henn, who started the year in AAA. Spent the last 6 seasons in the Yankee organization. Also spent a little bit of time with the Padres last year.
Done a very good job since being recalled from Rochester, AAA. First batter he faces is one Ichiro. He just throws a fastball right by him.
Ichiro with 2 hits today on this day after his 27-game hitting streak came to an end. Doubled in the Mariners' only run back in the 5th inning. Mariners have had only 7 base runners in this game. Blackburn allowing 6 hits. He walked 1.
That's the story of the Mariners. They don't score many runs, but they pitch. And boy, that's been the story today again.
Left field. Kelvin Young, long run, and it drops in foul territory. So Ichiro stays alive. We take you back to the 5th inning. Following an infield hit by Gutierrez. Ichiro with a double to right center. Driving in Franklin Gutierrez tying this game at 1. After the Twins scored their run on a Mike Redmond 2-out double to the top of the 4th inning. David Aardsma, Mariners closer, up and throwing. 2-2. Over the head of the pitcher, Hen. An infield hit for Ichiro.
Forget it. Once it gets over the head of the 6'4" Sean Hen, just stick it in your pocket. That's what Ichiro somehow finds a way to get the bat on the ball. Once it's over the top of Hen, forget it. A leadoff base runner with all kinds of speed.
A leadoff base runner for the Mariners for the first time today.
Almost stepped across the plate. That's what he brings, the ability to put the bat on the ball with speed.
His major league leading 24th infield hit of the season. Here's Russell Branyan.
He got upset about that hitting streak ending. He's got 3 today.
3 hits in his last 3 at bats after grounding out in the 1st inning. Russell Branyan 1 for 3, doubled his first time up.
If you're thinking bunt, think twice. Russell Branyan does not bunt. That's what he does. Big swings. Big Sean Hen just rears back and throws a high hard one right past Russell Branyan.
Russell Branyan, 3 career sacrifice bunts.
That's 3 more than I thought he would have
in his 11-year career,
including one this season. Here's the 1-1. In for a strike, 1-2.
Pretty pitch there from Hen, right to the outside corner.
Sean Hen in relief of Nick Blackburn, who lowered his earned run average to 3.3. Ichiro 9 steals this year. He's been caught 4 times. An infield single to lead off the inning. Bottom of the 8th. Twins and Mariners tied at 1. A call, strike 3. Branyan down on strikes.
Another fastball right to the outside corner again. He just shaves it right off. Ryan Gorman, the home plate umpire, rings it up.
So 1 away. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, presents the May nominees for the MLB Clutch Performer of the Month award, presented by Pepsi. Cabrera, Crawford, Halladay. Former Twin Torrey Hunter, current Twin Joe Mauer, and Justin Verlander of the first place Detroit Tigers. Vote today for the MLB Clutch Performer of the Month award at PepsiClutch.com. Joe Mauer named the American League Player of the Month.
Not a surprise to anybody there.
11 home runs in May for Mauer. Adrian Beltre at the plate, 0 for 3 today. Ichiro takes his lead off first. And Hen throws over.
And with Branyan a strikeout victim, Ichiro not able to move up at all. I would imagine now he's going to be a little more aggressive. Try to pick a spot where he can steal second and get in the scoring position for the middle of the order here for the Mariners.
Another throw from Hen.
Much to the chagrin of the Mariner faithful.
I would imagine now Hen probably going to go to the plate. Let's see if Ichiro's got a lock on his move and see if he can read him and go.
He does not. And the pitch to Beltre in for a called strike. 0-1. Ichiro on first with 1 out. Ken Griffey Jr. waiting on deck.
Mariners in yet another close game.
I said, don't change your channel. They're all close.
Ichiro goes, but time was called.
Oh, he had a great jump, too. Ichiro looking at second base umpire Angel Campos saying, hey, wait a minute. I had that one. And I think it was his batter, Adrian Beltre, that called timeout. It must have been Beltre. Yep, there's the timeout call from Beltre. Timeout was granted, so Ichiro back to first he goes.
A 1-1. Fouled off to the right side. Beltre, shallow center. Long run for Span. He makes the catch as Ichiro hustles back to first. So with 2 away, we check out the Mariners in-game box score, brought to you by Hyundai, introducing the all-new 306 horsepower rear-wheel drive Hyundai Genesis Coupe. The Mariners have 7 hits. Ichiro with 3 of the 7. He drove in the only Seattle run back in the 5th. Redmond out to the mound to chat with Sean Henn as Ken Griffey Jr. will step in with 2 outs. Ichiro on at first. In a tie game, bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, Ichiro leadoff base hit. 2 outs later, he is still on first base. Now the great Ken Griffey Jr. with a chance to give his team the lead.
Griffey 0 for 2 with a walk. And this might be our last chance to mention that Ken is 1 double away from tying one Mark Grace on the all-time list. Mark in 40th place all-time with 511 career doubles. Ken Griffey Jr. just 1 back. You're about to slip out of the top 40.
I was going to say, Casey Kasem and me are about to become.
Oh, and Edgar Martinez.
Oh, Edgar, yeah,
on the list as well.
Ricky Henderson, he couldn't hang with me.
He would have had more, except he kept going.
I was going to say.
This could be number 511. Griffey on his way to second. Ichiro around third. Heading home. Throw to the plate. Mariners lead 2-1.
The great Ken Griffey Jr. just tied me up, didn't he? And he just sends this place into a frenzy.
A 2-out run-scoring double in the bottom of the 8th inning.
How many times have we seen that picture-perfect balanced swing from Ken Griffey Jr. driving it into the left center gap? And once it's out there, there is no way you're going to get the speedy Ichiro flying around the bases, hitting every bag perfect, and scoring easily.
All 3 runs in this game have come on 2-out doubles. Mariners with a 2-1 lead. We'll be back. My partner on the right now tied for 40th all time in the doubles department with 511.
You think he knows that?
He will now.
He'll be looking up at me.
Griffey getting pinch run for by Vladimir Valentin. Luis Ayala coming out of the bullpen in relief of Sean Henn, who allowed the go-ahead run. The 1-0 to Lopez, and Lopez pops it into shallow left center. The catch is made by Span to end the inning. We head to the ninth. Harris, Redmond, and Young due up. Griffey, the hero of the eighth for the Mariners. During his playing career, would carry around the baseball encyclopedia, and he would collect autographs from Hall of Famers and other teammates and guys that he played against. Well, if you open up the baseball encyclopedia, the first player listed is David Aardsma, and he is now on the mound looking to close things out for the Mariners. Aardsma, the new closer, playing on his 5th major league club. He has 8 saves for the Mariners this season.
Here's a guy that you would almost classify as a journeyman before he came here to the Mariners. And out of necessity now, he is the closer and doing a great job. Added a few miles an hour on his fastball. Still got a terrific slider. And the last 3 outs of a game are the toughest to get, Kenny. And he's proven to Don Wakamatsu, you know what? Hand me the ball. I can do it. And he's done it.
Facing Brendan Harris, who is 1 for 3 today, extended his hitting streak to 11. Just after Aardsma in the baseball encyclopedia, Hank Aaron, Tommy Aaron, and then Don Ossie.
Don Ossie. Some throwbacks. That one gets away.
But Aardsma is number 1. And he's done a terrific job for Don Wakamatsu this season. 2-1 on Harris. Mike Redmond, who has driven in the only Twins run, is waiting on deck. All 3 runs of the game on 2 out. Run scoring doubles. Redmond drove in Creedy in the 4th, giving Minnesota a 1-0 lead. Ichiro doubled in Gutierrez in the 5th, and then Griffey Doubled in Ichiro, who reached on an infield single, leading off the bottom of the 8th.
Archman comes in, throws strike one, and then throws 3 very wild ones, threatening to put the leadoff hitter on base. High strike there. Harris taken all the way.
Full count. Mike Redmond on deck. 2-1 Mariners, top of the 9th. Fastball in for a call. Strike 3, and Harris can't believe it.
Well, Harris very demonstrative there with Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire. Let's see if he's got an argument. Boy, that's one of those almost perfect pitcher's pitches.
So with 1 away, the Twins in-game box score brought to you by Hyundai, introducing the all-new 306 horsepower rear-wheel drive Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Top of the order, 0-4-11. Span, Mauer, and Morneau.
The hero for the moment, Ken Griffey, dons the shade, and he's going to watch the rest of this one. He's hoping it only goes 2 more batters.
Mike Redmond drove in the only Twins run in the 4th. He's also bounced out to the second baseman Lopez twice.
Archman falls behind again here to Redmond, 2-0. They're generous. Strike 1. Redmond saying, wait a minute. I've been catching here all day. That hadn't been a strike all day. Now it is.
Jason Kubel has come out into the on-deck circle to bat for Delman Young. Kubel robbed of a home run in the 10th inning last night. 3-1 on Redmond. Redmond draws a 1-out walk. So now Kubel, who has power, hit 2 home runs on Thursday against Cleveland. 2 3-run shots. 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Carlos Gomez will run for Mike Redmond here, as Kubel pinch hits for Young.
Great speed in Gomez at first base now, and Kubel, a very dangerous left-handed hitter with big power.
Kubel 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Has a pinch hit home run this season. And he takes the called strike from Archman, 0-1.
Archman just reared back for a fastball right down the middle to jump ahead.
The potential tying run is on at first. Gomez, the pinch runner, takes his lead with 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, Mariners lead 2-1. We mentioned earlier, Seattle leads the major leagues in 1-run games. This their 27th, and 1-run wins. They have 14.
Looking to reverse the score from last night. It was a 2-1 ball game here in favor of the Twins. 0-2 now on Kubel.
Another pinch hitter, Brian Busher, has come out on deck with Casilla due up next. No balls, 2 strikes. Kubel 0 for 3 lifetime against Archman. Archman, the 5th Mariners pitcher. The starter Washburn went 6. Mariners bullpen, 2 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball.
Just been once again a well-pitched ball game on both sides, the Twins and the Mariners.
The 1-2 to Kubel, popped foul off to the left side. Terrific job by our entire crew today here in Seattle. Our producer Jeff Gowen, director Jim Lynch, associate director Eric Billigmeyer, broadcast associate Yvonne Wagner, technical producer Dan Rotante, technical director Simon Benazra, Pre-game show produced by Don Bowie, the highlights coordinator Janice Casaza, the technical supervisor is Jack Simmons, the senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown, the executive producers David Hill and Ed Gorin, our statistician Marty Aronoff.
He's going to make sure that Gomez knows he's still out there. Not going to give him a freebie here. Want to keep the double play in order.
Down on strikes.
And a beautiful split finger there from Ardsma after some 94-mile-an-hour fastballs to speed him up. Here's the split finger, just executed brilliantly, knee high, fading away. Almost impossible to do anything with that one if you're Kubel.
The Twins down to their final out. Brian Busher, 2 hits in last night's game, will pinch hit for Alexei Casilla. Strike one. Ken Griffey Jr. with a run-scoring double in the bottom of the 8th, driving in Ichiro, who reached on an infield hit up the middle. A bouncer. Minnesota down to their final strike.
Back-to-back quality fastballs at 94 miles an hour to jump ahead. He got Kubel to chase the split finger. Let's see if he can do the same thing here with Busher. Good crowd here today. They're really excited. Getting behind their right-hander.
Off the glove of Quiros.
Well, this changes things now.
Gomez now in scoring position.
A free 90 feet. Now a base hit will tie the ball game. This is just a major league clank right there. He just missed it. That'll go as a pass ball, I'm sure.
It does.
So now just a lousy single will tie this ball game up.
Two and two. The Twins have not put a ball in play this inning. A couple of strikeouts, a walk, and a pass ball. 21st pitch of the inning from Ardsma. Busher gets the bat on it. Charging is the third baseman Beltre. Barehands it, can't make the play. So the Twins have runners on first and third, with Denard Span stepping to the plate.
Just right off the end of the bat. Hit right there in no man's land. I don't think Beltre, even if he comes up with it cleanly, is going to have a play. Once he fumbles it. Now it's first and third. And Twins cooking up a brew here in the top of the 9th inning.
Matt Tolbert will run for Busher. And the Twins have used everybody off their bench.
They're officially out of players.
First and third. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Mariners leading 2-1. Here's Denard Span. Strike one. Span has struck out 3 times, reached on an error in the 7th. Gomez, the potential tying run, takes his lead off third. Tolbert, the runner on first. 1-1. Should Span reach, Joe Mauer looming on deck. Top 3 in the Twins order, 0-for-11.
I don't think you want to tempt fate too often if you're Ardsma.
No.
and mess with Joe Mauer. You better take care of business right here and right now.
On the ground to the second baseman Lopez. The throw to first, and the Mariners have their Major League leading 15th win by 1 run this season. Ken Griffey Jr. all smiles. He drove in the game-winning run in the 8th.